Welcome back, this is Cereal Snacks, and I'm having some serious issues with my submarine right now. I logged in, and I wish I had caught it on video. It was completely upside down. And you can hear something crazy is going on out there. Let's take a quick look. Oh yeah, there's a shark thing, and for some reason my Cyclops is so light, this shark thing can like knock my Cyclops basically upside down. So I'm parked by this lava tube area. Oh, it's these little fish, I think, that are ramming into the sub. Crazy. Okay, so one thing I wanted to show off today, and probably the title of this episode, whoa, yeah, look at that thing go, is you'll notice that my sub has kind of a purple hue to it. It may be sort of hard to see since we're kind of deep, but let me go show you guys one of the new features that they've added, which I think is pretty cool. Kind of the first kind of update after the crash site update that I can see, and that is this. Now what they have done is they've limited what you can name your sub to, I think it's about 14 characters. So if I wanted to do cereal snacks mix number, yeah, cereal snacks 1 cereal snacks mix 1, that's the length that you can go, that's the max length. But the cool part is that you can pretty much make it any color you want. So you've got a little adjuster here that does kind of the brightness of the color. So you could just do black and white. And then you can pick the color that you want. So if we wanted to do like a, I don't know, like a bright red, let's do that. It's a little bit nice to see. We click done. And now the stripe on the outside of our Cyclops should be red. This is something that I actually was hoping that they would do when they added the hull reinforcement. And actually, I like the red. That is really cool. So the other thing that they've added, one of the newer things since the crash site, and maybe the crash site update has it too, I'm not sure, is that the grass is now waving. So that's nice. Kind of adds a little more ambiance to the underwater zones. And it does seem like a lot of the animals and the fish tend to react a little bit differently. They don't go as nutty as they used to. So I think they've made some kind of fixes with like the way that they operate. They clearly are not happy about my submarine. So what I wanted to do today, besides showing off those quick updates, was to actually carve out this area to make a sub base. Now, yeah, we're gonna have to go back in and get some oxygen first. Let me talk about it while we're inside, and maybe we'll go upside down while we're at it again. Come aboard, Captain. So the problem with it is it might not be tall enough, so we may have to go kind of deep. But I think I want my base just to be in here. I'm just going to carve out this entire mountainside. So we're going to start doing this. This is going to be our underwater secret lair base. The other issue that they've introduced, and I think some other people have had this issue as well, is that it seems like when you log out, you actually lose your hull reinforcement upgrades, which can be a big problem because obviously you log in and your sub starts to flood and has all these issues. I also seem to be losing these power cells at like a really fast rate. I thought that this power upgrade module would fix that, but it doesn't seem to be doing it as well as I would have thought. So let's put this terraformer on 1. And we have enough oxygen now. Now, do I have a rebreather? I don't. Let's take a look. What do we need for a rebreather? We need a wiring kit and silicone. I think we can do that. Maybe we can't. That's okay. That's alright. We've got plenty of tanks. I may even make, you know what, while we're at it, let's just make another tank. Why not? Oh, I need titanium and glass. Let's get 1 titanium, 1 glass. That's worth making so that we have more time underwater. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab... Oh, here they go. Banging on my sub again. Let's just grab a bunch of titanium so we can build a base, and then that'll give us more air even. So let's go out here. Gosh, leave my sub alone. Wow. Okay, so quickly, while we have the air, let's just start carving this out. So, whoops. Shift. Yep, there we go. Let us carve out as much as we can as quickly as possible. Oh yeah, see, there's already some kind of holes in here because it's just a little cave system, a natural cave system. So it shouldn't take us long, actually, to just carve this entire thing out. I'm actually kind of excited about this because my last Cyclops docking station was more on the surface, which is cool. But I definitely wanted to have something deeper in the water, and it's awesome that they've now allowed the sub to go deep, because now we can have this underwater base. Now it looks like these, it's interesting, it looks like if you have chunks of minerals, they just kind of hang out in the air when you dig. And the only other issue,
warning, 30 seconds
of course we're running out of oxygen. Let's head back. Do I have my, yeah, use the sea glide. The only other issue I'm gonna find is if there's pieces of dirt left over. I don't know what kind of impact that'll have if we drive the sub into them. It may be completely catastrophic, I don't know. But look at this, we've already got, gosh, you know, maybe a quarter of this dug out already. This might not take as long as I thought. Alright. Let me go down here. And let's go back in there. So I think I can add, yeah, I can add it that way. So that might be good to get rid of it. Just to make sure that I'm getting all the pieces. Yeah, so there's these floaty pieces. We'll have to test that. That may be an issue. Let's just keep digging this out. Oh, and there's the lava part. So we're getting down into the lava layer. Let me do some of the sealing part of it, just to get us a nice ceiling in here. And the less I have to use of the material that's in the gun, the better, because that material is a different kind of color. See, if you go here, see how it's kind of a, almost looks like rotted skin or something. It's kind of gross. Let's get rid of it. There we go. So the more I can just get rid of everything, the better. See, I'm trying to clean up these little bits. It's the only problem with this like circular mode.
Warning, 30 seconds of oxygen remaining.
Right, let's do that one. And we'll get this and we'll head back into the sub.
Emergency. 10 seconds of
oxygen cool.
remaining.
Alright, we're doing good. So I think what I'm going to do now, because we've kind of dug out a bit of a hole, I think I might put a little base in there so that we have a place to hang out while we're doing this digging. So, let's see. It's a little slow to get oxygen back in the submarine itself. Slower than if you went to the surface. Which is strange, because you would think there'd be plenty of oxygen to refresh your O2, but that's okay. Okay. So let us... well, let's build something first. So, assuming the sub can come right into here, what I might do is put a foundation right over here. Oh, yeah, okay. Right in this wall. Let's put it right up in the middle here, right there. Alright, and then we'll put a power generator right on the edge. And we'll put a, oops, nope. Let's put a T corridor here. That'd be pretty cool. Oh. Right there. Bam. And then a hatch on the side. Actually, we're gonna put it on this side, so it makes sense to go into the submarine. I think all they would need to add in this game, actually, is an extra component in the base that when you add it to the side of the base, would just connect right up into the submarine. That's all they need. And then when you get close to it, you could just have the submarine naturally automatically move in and dock with it, just like the Seamoth docks with the Cyclops. So that would be pretty awesome. Okay, so we almost got her up again. All right, so let's carve out some more of the roof here, just to make it a little bit of air in here. And what I probably will end up doing, actually, now that I think about it, is once I get the submarine in here and it seems like it's fitting pretty well, I'll probably build around it as much as possible, so that we can kind of, I would like it to be sort of a tight fit, so that it's kind of like a hidden base, right? It's not just out in the open. So I wonder how much room we've got now. So I'm tempted to bring the sub into here. Actually, let's just dig as much as we can before our oxygen runs out. Yeah, see, this is good. And I may end up having to use, let's get rid of these over here, this gross kind of dirt. I wish you could kind of pick the color of material that you're using, but that's okay. So how are we looking from out here? Pretty good, but like I said, I feel like we're going to need to come out, build out on this wall over here. Okay, let's go into the sub.
Emergency.
Oh,
10 seconds.
if we can get in there. Okay, there we go. Awesome. Alright. Cool, cool. Let's go up here. Yeah, so you can see from here, I need to build out this wall, I think. Let us do this while we're in here. Let's bring this in here as far as we can. Oh, yeah, we're gonna have to play around with it, but I think this is pretty good. Let's go out there and take a look. Oh yeah. Yeah, see, now it's in there, but it's not. God, the sub is so long. We're gonna have to dig a lot deeper, actually. But that's okay. That's what this is all about. So the first thing is there's no way it's gonna fit on this roof. Let's clean out some of the roof, or the ceiling, as it were. Stalactites. We don't want to take the sensor array off the top of our Cyclops as we park it. Cool, cool. It's looking better already. And let's just dig in here. So we're gonna have to go a lot further in. Okay. Cool. Okay. Yeah, this is... Look how much material I have. Almost 500 blocks of material. Okay.
Warning, 30 seconds of oxygen.
So I think if they gave this game a little bit of room to breathe, it could be as awesome as Minecraft in the respect of this kind of stuff.
Emergency.
It's already pretty good.
Of oxygen
okay.
Remaining.
Get some air. Nothing like cutting it close down to the second. Alright, so let's get us in a little bit more. Man, that hardly got us in any further at all, but that's okay. Little by little. And I wish the air came back quicker. And you know, if I had a rebreather, it probably would be a lot better. Let's see, what do I have? Gold. What does it take to make a rebreather again? It takes silicone and a wiring kit. We don't even have any quartz. All I have is glass. I turned it all into glass, thinking I could make a base out of it. But all right. So how are we looking here? Better. Still need to work on the roof a little bit. That thing is just massive. So okay, let's do this. Might as well build up. Even though it's not my favorite dirt in the world, we might as well use it since we are kind of running low on space. I don't mind if it's a little bit of a tunnel. That's kind of what the point is. Alright, that's looking pretty cool. Yeah, and it doesn't have to come all the way out. I just want it to come out a little bit. This is working out. It is pretty easy to build. Once you know where the little dot is going to put the blocks, it really is an easy method of building. I would say even easier
seconds of oxygen remaining
than most other like voxel type building games. This one is pretty self-explanatory. Okay, cool.
Emergency. 10 seconds of oxygen.
Cutting it close again. Cutting it close, snacks. Why are you always cutting it close? Oh, almost passed out on the last second. Alright. Let's Let's get our oxygen back up. Let's take a look here. Oh yeah. See, we need a lot more work here. There's another entrance over there, which actually I could leave open. That might be a cool... Again, if I could make it a little smaller, it would be maybe a good sea moth kind of entrance and exit to the base. Oh, let's go down here. Okay. Yeah, so this is looking good. I don't even know how much... I don't know if I'll add a whole lot more of this stuff, really. I'd almost rather dig just deeper than build around it. But this is a good start, right? Just to kind of give it an extra little block. I wish it was... I really hope that they add the ability to kind of cycle through the material you have in your terraformer to pick so that it matches like the biome that you're in. So we're kind of in this Koosh biome, which has this kind of granite looking dirt. It'd be cool to be able to match that, but that's alright. Good for now. Okay. Let's swim over here. And oh! that was not good. Don't do that again. About blew my Cyclops out of the water by building instead of digging. Alright, cool. I love how quickly it digs out too.
Warning, 30 seconds of oxygen remaining.
Alright. Looking a lot better. Deeper and deeper.
Emergency, 10 seconds of oxygen remaining.
Let's head back in. Whoop, whoop. Yeah, we made it. Okay. Whoa, what happened here? Oh, I was behind the door. I thought I had completely dented up my Cyclops, but nope. Okay. A little bit further. Oh yeah. Cool. Okay. And I may end up, actually, now that I think about it, I may end up moving that base that I've built to another location. Because now it's not really lined up with the hatch down here as much as it was before. So, oh yeah, okay. Let's get rid of that. Let's keep digging. Digging and digging. So this is a perfect spot. I didn't realize how far this area went, actually. What's my sub hitting? So the one thing is if it gets too close to these rocks, if there's any rocks here, then those little tiny boulders will make all kinds of noise on the submarine because of the way the submarine works. Even if an air bubble hits the submarine, it's like this really loud knocking sound.
30 seconds of oxygen.
Found that out the hard way in one of my... Couldn't figure out why my submarine was making all kinds of noise. It was because air bubbles were hitting it.
10 seconds of oxygen remaining.
Okay, let's get back in there. Let's take a quick look here again. Let's go a little bit further. Ooh, so yeah, see, it's hitting something. Not sure what. Oof, oof, oof. Luckily, I have my hull reinforcement modules, so we're all good to go. Let's put this away. Awesome. Okay. I went out too early, probably, but I want to kind of see what's causing the issues here. It could be the ceiling, maybe? Just give it a little bit more room to breathe. I don't see anything, but that doesn't mean that it's not hitting some kind of little rock that I missed. Ground could probably be a little deeper. Okay. Okay.
Warning, 30 seconds of oxygen remaining.
Now my question I have now is how
Emergency, 10
much room do I have at the end?
Remaining.
Let's go back in here. What I might do... nope. Oh, phew. God, that was close. Okay. Whoa! Whoa! What happened? Can I do it from in here? Oh my god, you can! Oh, wow, I feel silly now. Look at that. I can dig from inside the submarine. That's probably not intentional that they're. I can actually. Wow. Okay, let's pilot the sub a little closer. It's pretty awesome though. Okay, I'm stuck on something. All right. Whoop. Going backwards here. All right. Let's dig this out some more. So it's caught on something. I'm not sure what. Let's go out and take a quick look. Put this one here. Okay. Is it the ceiling? No. There is kind of a spare piece there. It's not catching on the ground, although this is probably too... Yeah, see there's like this little rock there. Let's get rid of that stuff. Might as well just, like I said, give it some room. Some lava down there. Alright, cool. That looks pretty good. Cannot complain. And I feel like there's probably needs to be a little bit more room up here just to give it some space. Cool. Awesome. Alright. Now let me take a look here. Let's look at the back of it real quick. Yeah, look at this thing. It's still sticking out the back
30
here.
seconds of oxygen remaining.
Okay. Wow. How much further can I go?
Emergency. 10 seconds.
Can still go quite a bit in there, I think. So let's get inside. Okay. Let's just keep driving it forward. Oh, what is it hitting? Okay. Oh, that's not helping. That's not helping matters at all. Whoa. Let me just get out and see what's going on. Yeah, I don't know what it's catching on, honestly. The only thing I can think is that I left a piece of dirt somewhere. Based on what I'm seeing, everything's taken care of.
Caution. Blood nutrient levels decreasing.
Alright, let's just keep going forward. Keep digging. Now see, the problem we're encountering now is that we are quickly approaching the end of the cave. So we may have to kind of turn it a little bit more this way.
Warning, 30 seconds of oxygen remaining.
Let's see here.
Emergency. 10 seconds of oxygen remaining.
Let's get back in the sub. And let's go check it out. So, if I just go straight. Oh, it's okay now. It's fine. Okay. So, let's take the sea moth out, so we can kind of just take stock of what we're doing. And oof, I may have to dig out kind of a hole so the sea moth can actually dump out the bottom. But if we can seal off that side, look at that, looks like a big old growth on the side of that. Yeah, so the sub is completely hidden underneath this Koosh biome. I think we're off to a really good start. This needs to be made a little bit more natural looking. And I think what I'm going to do, actually, even though it wasn't like my favorite thing in the world to do, is to kind of finish this part off right here. So let's do that right now. Let's just kind of start that process. I think what I'm going to do is, let's just do this really quick, and then what I'm going to do is end this episode here, and we will come back next time and we will continue to finish this off. for our underwater secret Cyclops docking station part 2. And this is kind of part 2 of the docking station as well, not just part 2 of episodes. So I hope you guys enjoyed this kind of build. I'm kind of just doing things in Subnautica. There's not a whole lot of updates going on right now, so I wanted to show you guys the colors, but I also wanted to show you some more of kind of the things that you can really do if you want to be creative in Subnautica, because there's still a lot that you can do and a lot of fun that can be had in this game, even when you've kind of exhausted the content that exists. Still just an amazing game, and really great job by the devs. So if you've enjoyed this episode, please click like. It really helps me.
30 seconds of oxygen remaining.
And it helps me know what you guys like to watch. So click that like button, and thanks for joining me.